A cloudy Saturday in Philadelphia, and sold out Citizens Bank Park, the venue, as Fox Saturday Baseball presents the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies, both teams expecting a trip to the postseason. The Phillies a half game behind Atlanta in the National League East, and the Cubs probably have to start looking at the wild card. They're so far behind the Cardinals in the Central, but only one game behind the Padres and the Giants in the National League wild card standings. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Steve Lyons, I'm Tom Brenneman. Welcome, as always, to Baseball on Fox. When the season began, Steve, many thought Philadelphia was the team to beat in the National League East. They're right in the hunt with three other clubs right now. What do they have to do to win it?
Well, so far they've had so many injuries and they've had terrible starting pitching. And when you talk to Larry Boa, he says that's first and foremost. We got to get a better job out of our starters because we've been terrible. The other thing is they're not very good in clutch hitting situations. They do not hit the ball with guys on base. But they figure they have the best talent in this division, and they're poised right now to make a run at it.
Well, you talk about high expectations. Many believe the Cubs have the best team in the National League, if not all of baseball. They've had a huge number of injuries so far this year. They had a wild series, Steve, earlier in the week against St. Louis, and largely most of the attention centered on today's starter, Carlos Zambrano.
Well, he is the fieriest guy on this team, and, you know, quite frankly, they need it. The rest of this team feeds off of his energy. He's very emotional when he's out there pitching, but he's also got great stuff. He's 9-5 on the year. He has the 4th best ERA in the league, so he's not a guy that just goes out there and pitches with emotion. He has filthy stuff. He's a lot of fun to watch pitch.
Should be a lot of fun here today. We'll see how Zambrano bounces back after that game against St. Louis. Jim Thome back in the Philadelphia lineup today, as is slugging Sammy of the Cubs. The Chicago Cubs in the city of brotherly love to take on the Phils. First pitch next. 30th sellout crowd of the season here at brand new Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. What a spectacular ballpark this is. They had a lot of rain here last night leading up to the ball game, although obviously they got it in. Philadelphia falling to the Cubs 5-1. And a very pleasant Saturday here today.
Just a beautiful place. My first opportunity to see this ballpark. Reminds me a lot of Camden Yards combined with the Jake in Cleveland. And anytime you can put those two parks together, you got a beautiful place to play.
Phillies taking the field, and here's Dusty Baker's starting lineup. The Cubs at 52 up, 44 down. Mark Resolanek at second, Corey Patterson in center, Sammy Sosa in right, Moises Alou in left, Derek Lee the first baseman, Aramis Ramirez at third, Michael Barrett catching, Alex Gonzalez at shortstop, Carlos Zambrano is on the mound. The Cubs lineup brought to you by Citibank. And on the mound for the Phillies, released earlier this year by Tampa Bay, and still looking for his first win, Paul Abbott.
Oh, he's working for his first win in his last 8 starts. His last 8 decisions have been losses, 0-4 so far for the Phillies. 41% of the runs he gives up comes via the home run ball, so that's been really tough for him. Let's look at the scouting report on Paul Abbott. He's a sinker slider type pitcher. He's got to hit his spots. We hear that a lot. He does not blow guys away, and he doesn't trick you very much. His best pitch is going to be his changeup, and our old buddy Scooter is going to tell us exactly what a changeup is.
Hello, friends. It's Scooter. A changeup is just another word for a slow ball. While the batter is looking for a real fast pitch, the pitcher throws me really, really slow.
Kind of the way you do a game, Tom.
Really, really slow. Well, how about that? Scooter making his first appearance during one of our telecasts this season.
Scooter getting the opportunity to tell the kids how it's done.
Abbott, a 17-game winner, by far his best season in the major leagues back in 2001 with Seattle. He's bounced around since then after leaving the Mariners to Kansas City, Tampa Bay, where he won 2 games earlier this year. They turned him loose. And the Phillies, in dire need of consistent starting pitching, healthy starting pitching for that matter, picked him up.
Boy, believe it or not, the last time I saw Paul Abbott, me and our producer, Jeff Gowen, were on a flight to Las Vegas, and he was hanging out in the airport. So good to see him back in the big leagues.
Mark Resolanek, the Cubs second baseman, looks at a strike, and we are underway. Resolanek has missed a lot of time this season. Today, just his 28th game of the year. 261 batter, couple of home runs, and 9 runs batted in. 0-2.
What a nice pickup Todd Walker has been for this ball club, filling in for Grzelcyk during that injury period. Walker's always been able to swing the bat. Of course, he did a great job of that with the Red Sox last year. Had a little trouble defensively. They did not re-sign him, and the Cubs picked him up.
Injuries certainly have hurt the Cubs this season. A lot of teams are in that same boat as Grzelcyk pops it up. Comey in foul territory.